Holy shit, there's a guy we haven't seen in a while. Merc himself, here I am. Yeah, I have been laying so low for a while, so I thought I'd come and, give you guys a little bit of an update about what's happening with all my channels and with my life and everything else. Yeah, it's been like a solid, 2 months since I've done any real bullshit. But about maybe a month now since I posted the teaser there for Holier Than Thou on Master of Puppets. Let me get this volume up a little bit. The fuck? Yeah, okay. So I'm live from not live. I'm recording from my girlfriend's house. I'm in her room, so you'll see some fun shit around here if you're watching on YouTube. If you're just listening wherever else, you won't see that shit. So it's just me talking again. Yeah, so a lot of things going on. A lot of things going on that are just, a lot more important than YouTube and music and stuff like that. I mean, music obviously is one of the most important things to me, but, family and, just what's going on in my life is real important too. So, yeah, where do I begin on this? So, at the end of the year, I was posting a lot of shit. Things were looking real good. And then, what do we got? My girlfriend's sister passed away, a good friend of mine. She was real young and, everyone's taking it really hard. So I've been staying with my girlfriend and her mother and, just kind of hanging out, being there for everybody and, kind of mourning together and all that. Yeah, that really sucks, man. I'm torn up about it and, everybody's torn up about it. It's a tough thing, man. You never expect somebody who's, real young, under the age of 50 even, you know what I mean? But she was only 20. And you just never expect anything like that to happen. Yeah, sorry, it's going to be a little depressing for a little bit here. But, yeah, you never expect anything like that to happen. And it just does. And, you got to deal with it. So that's probably like the primary reason why I haven't been around. She was a good kid, and yeah, it just really fucking sucks, man. It's not a good time at all, and so yeah, we're coming along day by day. And I mean, I don't want to say I'm grieving the hardest or anything. Obviously, my girlfriend's sister or my girlfriend and her mom are just totally fucking beside themselves about the whole thing. And but they're strong people. They're doers. They get back to work and trying to stay busy and everything like that. It's it's hard to find your sense of normality again after all this, but they're coming along. They're doing their best, and I think they're doing all right. For what's going on, they're doing pretty good. Yeah, she was a good kid, man. She, funny, just really funny, like fucking hilarious. Real sarcastic, just not dry humor, but rough around the edges kind of humor. So that, and I love that sort of shit. She's just a funny fucking girl, and smart as fuck, like 90s and shit when she graduated, and like she was real smart and just likable, super likable, great kid. And it's a fucking shame, and that's all there is, man. That's just fucking awful. Of course, furnace or something just came on, so hopefully that's not too much noise. I'm gonna crank up this a little bit. So I don't, whatever. Yeah, so that's the main reason I've been out for a bit. It's been just just trying to catch up with regular life again after something like that happens. And the first 2 weeks, we were dealing with getting the funeral together, and everyone was a mess. And the fuck, do I get something? Okay, everyone's a mess, and yeah, just trying to be there for my girlfriend and her family, and yeah, so that's the main thing, and that really fucking sucks. I'm not a big, I'm not religious or anything. It's probably obvious at this point if you follow my stuff. I'm not religious. I don't believe in a whole afterlife and stuff like that. But when something like this happens, in my adult life, I've never had anything like this happen. Like my brother passed away at 20 when I was 17. Yeah, 17. So I was, just over 10 years ago now, well, almost 11 this year. And, that hit me hard, but, I was still a kid, and I don't think the young factor really kind of rang through with me. But now that I'm an adult, seeing someone that young pass away, and someone close to me, is fucking heartbreaking, and it's hard to think about. Really, I've never, in my adult life, never really had to deal with this sort of shit, and it's really really tough to think about. But yeah, I never really believed in an afterlife or anything. But when something like this happens, it makes me really want to believe that there's an afterlife. You miss somebody so much. I mean, my dad passed away a couple years ago, and sure, that fucking sucks, and I love my dad like more than anything. He was my best pal and whatever, but that's kind of the correct order of things. My dad was probably always gonna pass away before I do, but she wasn't. I was probably gonna pass away before she did, right? So it's hard to think about it, and you just think about your own mortality and what you're doing with your life and where you're going and who you're talking to and who you're not talking to and why relationships have gone the way they have. It's got me fucking, my mind just going a million miles a second here, and yeah, now I'm constantly, it's hard to leave a room without telling somebody you love them, or it's just a lot of things I've been thinking about, and I've been questioning my own existence and my own beliefs and my own life and just everything that's going on. It's been a fucking roller coaster, and most of it kind of like a scary ass roller coaster. God damn, it's hard to even talk about, really. Yeah, she was a great person, and I'm gonna miss her, man. It was Danielle, and I loved her. She was I've grown to consider her part of my family, and I was kind of in with my girlfriend's family. We've been dating for a few years now, and everything's comfortable, and we always had fun together, and fuck, man, and you just think about all the times you're gonna miss, and all the times that she's gonna miss, and all the things she's gonna miss out on. It just really gets you thinking that maybe you gotta start living a little better, or doing more shit, or just whatever, you know what I mean? But so I've needed a mental break from YouTube in terms of that. I feel like sometimes I put too much pressure on myself. Before I'd be like, oh no, all these people want this, and that, but you guys just want to have fun too. You just want to watch some good shit. You hear some dude making some stuff that you're into, and you go, cool, can you make this thing? Can you make that thing? I understand. It's probably on me putting too much pressure on myself, thinking, it's not that I think I'm huge channel or, I'm some celebrity or anything, but, I got a good chunk of people following and a good chunk of people, paying me to do shit and to get early access and to download the MP3s for my Patreon. And I think in the last couple months, my YouTube subscribers have gone way down because they were honestly being neglected, and I feel like a fucking piece of shit about that. But at the same time, you got to do what you got to do, and if I got to lose some bucks to clear my head and make sure I'm good to go, then I'm gonna do that. That's all there is to that. I'm not in it just for subscribers and for money. I'm in it because I accidentally posted something on YouTube that people randomly started watching, and B, because I like doing it. It's fun to mix and match shit and make random shit up and put new riffs in songs and come up with ideas. And I was trying to work on my own music too, right coming up to the end of the year. I was going to be putting out a few singles that I was maybe going to compile into an album eventually this year, but I'm probably pushing that back a little bit now too. A lot of stressful shit going on. I can't be sitting down doing that every day. And also just the, trying to take care of my girlfriend and stuff like that has not gotten in the way, but it's been a priority. It's been a priority. Take care of your loved ones, especially when they're in need, and when shit like this happens, you gotta fucking be there. You know what I mean? You gotta just man up and do what you gotta do. So, yeah, that's the sad part about what's been going on. Aside from that, I started a new job doing HVAC shit. So I'm getting into trade, just, a couple other job opportunities I had didn't go so well. And, I knew a guy who knew a guy. And, so I've been doing that. I'm looking at, doing all sorts of shit with that. So been working my tail off, doing that stuff. And, with that, and then I come home and I hang out with my girlfriend, and we just, we try to heal. We're trying to heal. We're trying to get better. And yeah, there's just so many things happening that are not even close to music related that really have me kind of tied up. But tonight I've managed to find some free time and working on this Holier Than Thou Master of Puppets shit. And then doing this real quick. I don't know how long this is going to be because I didn't really come up with a, itinerary. I mean, I can look through some stuff to talk about. But, so new job on top of that. Trying to dedicate my brain to learning and figuring everything out with that sort of stuff. And, and that's all, trying to heal at the same time. It's just a lot of stuff going on, and recent events too, with the Russians going into Ukraine there, I've been, so you don't really get a good perspective on war, I would say, just watching it from the outside. So I would never say I understand what they're going through because I live in fucking Canada, man. What the fuck do I have to worry about in Canada? The rising costs of milk and gas and fucking snow on the ground, it's really, really different over here compared to other places. But I've been following Andrew Vasilenko in his sort of, his switch over to doing a lot of the Ukraine content, Russian stuff, whatever. And just getting a little bit of insight, the bomb shelter shit, and having to do shifts with listening for sirens, and I haven't watched much news, but even just some of the clips I've seen, there was a video of this lady looking out her fucking window, and then a jet comes screaming fucking by, and a rocket just comes at their house, I think, or apartment building maybe, I don't know, but Like, what in the fuck, man? Like, this is some, like, fucking World War II shit. You know what I mean? Like, this is like, it's not everywhere, but it's fucking scary. Putin's a fuckhead, man. Canada's got nothing to. I mean, like, we don't have nothing to worry about. But in contrast here, we got fucking truck convoys for fucking COVID restrictions and we're not gonna need stickers for license plates, and it's -10, but tomorrow's gonna be minus fucking 5 degrees. It's like, it's so inconsequential, man. Like, and when you think about like Ukraine or any country that's kind of at war right now, that at some point that would have been their day to day, just worrying about the weather and worrying about food and worrying about their school and their fucking home, and you know what I mean. And one day they wake up and now they got to worry about fucking finding a place to leave, send their family just in case they got to fucking fight in the war, or their houses are going to get blown up. I mean, God, just watching some of Andrew's stuff there is just putting a lot of shit into perspective. Like, I feel like this whole year between my girlfriend's sister passing away and the war and, getting a new job, and I feel like I've just been learning lesson after lesson, and that's good. It's a good thing, but it almost makes you look back and think about, God, what the fuck have I been thinking? What have I been doing? What have I been worrying about here? Like, some people's lives just get like that, just flipped upside down, and not like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air kind of way, the awful, it's hell. It's literally hell on earth for some people. One day it's not. You wake up, boom, fucking Vladimir cocksucker is invading your country, and there's nothing you can do about it. I mean, you can join the army, I guess, if you're in that country, if you're in Ukraine, whatever. But I've heard, at least I think from what Vazilenko was saying, I think it was on Twitter, was that like they do turn people away too. They're saying like, get the fuck out of the way for the real soldiers. So, what can you do to help? Communications have been fucking hacked, and the surrounding cities. What the fuck are you supposed to do, man? Like hide, I guess, like fucking hide. And I can't even imagine how fucking terrifying that is, man. Like, man, fuck me. And these are some strong fucking people. They're holding out pretty good. I know things aren't going great for everybody, whatever. Things have been kind of up and down with the invasion, but yeah, I think most people on Earth are right with Ukraine, and they're not a lot of people take Russia's side, I don't think, because it's fucked. And if you do, if you are on Russia's side and you think like this is a fucking good thing for some fucking stupid reason, fuck yourself. This is just absolutely bizarre. Absolutely bizarre. And it's just, you don't think a lot of these things are, when you're like on the Western side of the world, I think we're so disconnected from, not just from each other, whatever. We're so disconnected from any sort of this kind of shit nowadays. We don't ever have to deal with this sort of stuff. There's not a day we wake up nowadays and think, God, what if we get invaded today? Like, I never have thought that in my entire life. Not once. I mean, maybe in like, what the fuck am I trying to say here? Hypothetical situations or something, right? Maybe, just maybe I've thought like, well, what if Russia came over through the fucking top of Alaska and we all got fucked, and, Red Dawn, Patrick Swayze and shit. just maybe I've thought about that, but like in all seriousness, God, that's never been a thing I've considered. Like, wow, what if I wake up tomorrow and my fucking house gets blown up? Dear God, man, I feel so sorry for the Ukrainian people. And I did say on my YouTube yesterday on the main channel, I'm gonna give everything I make this month from YouTube, Patreon, and stuff. I'm gonna donate it somewhere. I don't know where. If you guys know a good place, like what's the best outlet to go through for donating and stuff like that, and trying to help, that's the best I can do. I think really is send some money. It might not be much, but it might be a few $100. But I think every dollar sort of counts. I mean, I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, I would love to help in any way I can. So if you guys want to help, yeah, let me know. I'm not saying send me fucking money or anything, but yeah, just give me some insight because I would like to help. It's really, really fucked up watching what's going on. People with fucking families, and you get their kids and their fucking wives and their mothers and fathers. Jesus Christ. Like, what the fuck are you doing, man? And, like, talks don't go well. They start killing civilians. It's like, man, fuck the Russians, man. Nobody on earth should trust Putin. He's a fucking, I don't know. I don't want to go on a political fucking rant. You know what I mean? But just from what I've seen for the Ukrainian people, fuck. I'm so fucking sorry for that shit, man. And I really don't know how. I can't even put myself in their shoes. I wish, not even that I wish. I hope that I never have to experience that. And I hope it's over soon. I hope they figure out something in a diplomatic fashion. But I mean, I don't even know if that's possible. I haven't watched much. I don't know fucking dick all about international relations and whatever. All I know is Russia bad, Ukraine is good in this scenario, I guess. I don't know much about Ukraine. I know Andrew Vasylenko lives there. But that is pretty much it, man. And yeah, so I hope Andrew and his family do well. I hope they make it out of there, or I hope they just survive, and hope everything goes smoothly for them. But I hope all the Ukrainian people do pretty well, because that would be a fucking, a shame if, the world can't let this happen, obviously. But I think I don't know what's going on. I don't think they can do like a, full blown all out war or anything, but I think everyone's trying to figure out what they can do and how they can help. And it's nice to see a lot of people around the world donating, and, people are online saying they're going to join the army. I don't know how fucking far they're going to go. I don't know. Some people are probably just saying shit, and, FIFA taking fucking Russia out of, like, you can't use them as a playable team on fucking FIFA in tournaments. Oh man, that seems a little performative, I would say. It seems a little FIFA, man. Like, I don't know, what is NHL, like EA Sports doing it too? I don't know. I haven't read anything, but I did hear about the FIFA thing. Yeah, random companies are just, I heard something about here in Canada. If you guys know what poutine is, like fries, gravy, cheese. I heard that some places, I don't know how many or where really, but I heard some places are taking poutine off of their menus because it sounds too much like Putin. And it's funny because Trudeau called him like poutine, which is like how the French say poutine, poutine, like, yeah, pretty funny. But yeah, so random companies are kind of like jumping in. Feels like maybe it's a little bit of a gimmick. Yeah, they are, oh, there's a cat. But yeah, there are some companies obviously that are doing it, and it probably makes sense. I guess maybe the idea is like, take the popularity away from them, take the money away from them, and then, with the sanctions and everything else, maybe it'll be a little bit easier to sway Russia in their decision to continue what's going on because, it's not super profitable. Things are going to get fucked. But I don't know. From what I've seen, I don't think Russia cares or Vladimir Putin cares a whole lot about the people in his country either. Now, that's just a hunch I have. But they don't treat their own very well, I don't think. They steal money from the companies. I watched some documentary before about how they just how Vladimir Putin might actually be like the richest guy on earth or one of the richest guys on earth because they just steal money from everybody there. And, I'm pretty sure they live pretty well up top there. And a lot of people in Russia are pretty fucked and pretty poor. So, yeah, I don't know, but something's got to give, and I really hope I hope it's sooner than later that something really changes for Ukraine because, a lot of people are scared too that other things are going to happen like China and Taiwan or whatever. And, just, maybe we could see another war on like a global scale. I don't mean everywhere, but, like fucking Europe is, whatever. And we all got to get involved. And I would, that'd be pretty fucked up. And again, I don't know shit about fucking the world and international relations and politics, sorry. But that would be fucked up, and I don't want that to happen. I'm not like scared of that happening or anything, because it seems pretty unlikely that motherfuckers like Russia would want to go at the United States. And as Canada, as America Junior up top there, Canada. I feel like we've got a little bit of protection over here. I guess it's kind of nice having the States right on your border. And the States is fucked up too, man. They're kind of cocksuckers you should be scared of, I think. But a lot of shady shit going on there too. And there's shady shit going on in Canada, don't get me wrong. But like I said, it's all inconsequential when you think about the fucking Putin and the fucking Russian shit and whatever. Justin Trudeau is kind of a cocksucker. And I mean, voted for him or not, I didn't. But even if you voted for him, there's no way you can look at some of the shit he's doing and say, like, yeah, everything's good there, man. He is cool as a cucumber. Yeah, I don't think so. So, but yeah, when it kind of seems a little bit like that should go away. But that's almost convenient. It's almost convenient for Trudeau, isn't it? That now, with all the COVID stuff and all the bullshit he was pulling and Doug Ford and everything, with all that going on, Russia comes and invades Ukraine. Now, motherfucker who's been, who claims he's not racist, but been blackface fucking more times than anybody else on earth, gets to kind of lie low, I think, for a little while. Everyone's attention's on Ukraine now. So I don't fucking know. And that is the extent of my politics is like, I know the assholes and that's pretty much it. Other than that, I don't know dick all. So yeah, that was kind of a long thing about whatever. But so yeah, I've been thinking a lot about, because of that stuff, the war and, Danielle passing away. And I've just been thinking about so many fucking things now. About how life is very short and things can change in an instant. So, it's probably best, they always say like live life to the fullest, live life like every day is your last. But I think at least to me, it's become a lot more evident how true that really is. Because you just never fucking know, man. You never know what's gonna fucking happen. It just like that. Everything can flip upside down. And, yeah, a lot of reflection going on. And you know what? I'm not like a it's not like I don't think about sort of this stuff all the time, but like I'm not a super, like I am a deep thinker. I'm kind of, I'm hard exterior. I'm a little softer on the inside. I'm a, chronic night thinker and stuff like that. And there's just been a lot more to think about. But yeah, I'm not, I'm probably not the deepest thinker on earth, but lately I've just been considering so many fucking things. So that's why I got this new gig going on, the HVAC, and it should be good money. Once everything's said and done, it should be good money. It should be good work. It's interesting stuff to do. And once I get into that a little better, once I'm kind of comfortable, hopefully my YouTube can pick up a little bit. But I'm trying to get it a little more consistent this week because, yeah, I feel like I've been kind of bailing on the game a little too much. And it's something I fucking enjoy. I don't want to put this aside. I want to be able to do both and, balance my life with making YouTube videos and making music. But some of these projects do end up taking fucking a long time to make. It's just, sometimes you sit down for an hour and you've got 100 ideas. And then sometimes you sit down for, 3 hours and you've got absolutely jack shit done. You just sit around fucking playing riffs or something, or writing little, like, noodling around. So, so the more I can start grinding again, the better I'm probably gonna, end up. Because right now, when I sit down, I've got, only a couple hours to get some shit done. And I thought that it would bring some sort of like sense of urgency to my brain having like less time and stuff like that. But it really hasn't. It's almost just made it worse right now. So I'm hoping I get a little more comfortable in the job and, the schedule and, my life scheduling and stuff like that, and get my money in order a little more so that my 2 hours of work doesn't feel like a wasted opportunity, because that's kind of where I'm at right now. I've done 2 hours every other night ish on this new rework I'm working on for my main channel. And the last 4 sessions I've done, maybe 5 sessions I've done, it's been nil, man. And the worst part about this is that everything's done. I got 6 guitar tracks. I've got the bass tracks. I've got the drums all laid out. The vocals are all laid out. Everything's almost mixed. Like, all the individual tracks are mixed. I basically just have to do the master track and kind of do some gain staging, like balancing everything. But everything's recorded. All of my shit is recorded. And I don't know. I sit down, I'm just gassed, and I'm like, fuck, man. And then I just start watching videos on YouTube and fucking hockey fucking goals and shit, and like fucking Howard Stern and fucking everything else. And next thing you know, I've done half an hour of work and an hour and a half of watching YouTube. And I'm surprised people are still subscribing to my channel. I'm gaining subscribers very, very slowly, but I'm actually surprised I'm still getting views and people are subscribing, because I've been neglecting the shit out of this. So that is, where I'm kind of leading this all to, is that I'm sorry for neglecting the channel and neglecting content that you guys have been waiting for. And to anybody who's paying and stuff like that, maybe I'll try to get like a goodie bag going of some older tracks in MP3 form that some people have been asking for, and maybe I might consider changing some of my tier prices. But the problem is that everyone's gonna have to, everyone will be unsubscribed and then have to resubscribe. It's like Patreon and stuff like that, for me to make tiers less expensive, because I feel bad that people are paying certain things. I knocked it down to 3 tiers. It's only $1, $5, and 20 or something like that. So I'm not trying to rip anybody completely off. But yeah, that's mostly what I came here to say, is that I'm sorry. And I know I came back last podcast, which was fucking 2 months ago, and said, that's it, I'm back in the saddle. I think I called the fucking podcast Back in the Fucking Saddle. Says that, fucks off for 2 months, but it's kind of justified, at least for the first month I was gone, and then maybe slightly more on me for the last little bit. But I'm trying to get back into things, and yeah, so that is where I'm at. I'm drinking coffee, and the furnace came back on, for fuck's sake. And I'm eating some Doritos, working on this fucking thing. And yeah, from my girlfriend's house, and I'm like 40 minutes from my place. But yeah, so I ended up bringing my entire fucking setup to her place just because my job is actually closer here, and I can get some work done while I'm staying with them. So that was another problem, actually, to add on to that. That was another problem, was the first 3 weeks, I want to say, because I was just here just trying to take care of shit and help out, and I was cleaning up the house for them and doing stuff like that. I didn't have any of my gear. I had my laptop, my good laptop, which I can't even record on because my audio interface from Focusrite sucked my dick, fucked up and broke, and then they fucked me over. So I'll probably buy another Focusrite though, because they actually are pretty nice. But fuck them, customer service was ass. Yeah. So I had just my main computer, and then my shitty old one that I actually record on still was back at my place, and I just didn't get to go home really. I didn't give myself that time. I wanted to be here the whole time, so I have now gone and got all my shit, and that's why I've been able to get some sessions in. And I'm looking at this project right now, and it's sitting here, and I decided I'm going to podcast instead because I was having a little bit of brain fart. I'm just doing renders right now, practice renders, so I'm shooting off the audio files here, and listening to them in the car because I don't have my speakers. That's the only thing I really didn't bring with me was my speakers. I'm going off the headphones. I haven't done that in forever. And yeah, this it's going pretty good. I really, really want to have this done by the end of the night so I can post it tomorrow. Maybe if I can get it done in the next hour, I'll probably do early access for YouTube and for the Patreon, my patrons. If not, I'll probably do that tonight, post it for those guys tonight. If not, then I guess I'll have to do it tomorrow and then post Sunday for real. I really want to get it done this weekend so I can get on to something else. I got a hip-hop rework in my brain going on. I've got some other small ideas that I've been working on. I want to change my fucking strings, because I changed over to these custom gauge guitar strings, lighter on the bottom strings, heavier on the top strings. Supposed to be good, but I keep trying to set up my guitar again. I can't get it right. There's something. So when I can't really down tune too far, because I don't do the whole get different gauge strings and have one guitar on C. Or D or something like that. I just down tune when I want to play, and I want to do some fucking Saint Anger reworks, and my guitar sounds like absolute ass, like bling, 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 when I fucking do when I tune down. So I want to get some new strings on it after the weekend, get this Master of Puppets, Holier Than Thou thing out of my way, and that should be, this weekend. So there's my life. Fuck me, fuck you, fuck all of us, fucking fuck Russia, fuck gas prices, and fuck Trudeau. Everyone can suck my dick. I love you guys. Fuck you all.